All right. Good morning, folks. I don't know if many of you know this venue. Last week was American Idol here. So don't worry, I'm not going to request you to come and perform. It's a strictly AI event. But very happy to see you all. And I hope that we can do the justice for this day. So what I thought in today's session, a lot of you are coming from different industries, different size of companies, and different level of AI maturity. Might be a good idea to get all of you guys on the same page. Must be a daunting task in 15, 20 minutes if I can get you all on one common page and then sell through the rest of the day. You'll get the best out of the AI event, right? And you will learn the recipe of building AI agents in your company, and you will know the future of AI. So let's see. And how do I do that? So I thought might be a good idea to put it in 3 acts, 5 to 6 minutes each act. And first act, I'll talk about the history of AI. That will refresh all of us when and where it all started. And then I'll jump into enterprise AI operating model. We all know that everybody is on this journey, whether you are consumer or enterprise. And you need to hone in that operating model to go to the next level, month on month, year on year. And finally, I'll close my third act. How can we imagine ourselves and our business in ever-evolving AI journey? Right? So that's the 3 act. Let's get into the history of AI. Some of you might be thinking AI started 4 years back when 4 or 5 years back when the ChatGPT, OpenAI launched the LLM and large language model. Absolutely not. The concept was introduced in 1950 with Turing test when imitation game between human and machine was created. But that time, it was just the concept, right? Took 40 years to bring neural network and deep learning. And that's when the deep learning and the neural network has started to mature with ANN, RNN, CNN. Don't have to go there. I'll just simplify it as we go along. But later on in 2014 was another breakthrough. That was GAN. What was that? That was generator and discriminator architecture. And that's very, very crucial and important because that gave birth to transformer architecture for AI. And that's the foundation of building any AI today. All the LLMs which you hear in the market, they all have one common architecture, runs on transformer architecture. That's where it all started, and that's why today you have a GPT, Llama, Microsoft Phi, Copilot, so many things floating around, and even GPT-1 to O1, which is the most recent, latest reasoning model that's on transformer architecture, right? I promise you, this is the only technical diagram you will see, which I'll flash through, but I'll give you a little idea. What happens in this architecture? Very simple thing, encoding and decoding. That's what this architecture is all about. What else it does? We all are sitting here. There are images, there are video, there are language, there are texts. So all these video, languages, texts, all get converted into tokens. And those tokens get into vector data. And that vector data is the base for intelligence and the tokenization. And that's how the companies start to become intelligent, right? So that's the architecture. It all, by the way, started with Vaswani et al. From Google Brain. That's when it started in 2017. And finally, after that, as we all know, amazing and great LLMs have started to emerge and evolve from ChatGPT to now, which we know Mistral. And you must ask, why so many LLMs are coming in the market? What's the reason for it, right? The reason is multi-modal LLMs. The earlier LLMs were all text-based. People were not able to draw intelligence, a lot of intelligence out of it. Then the video-based came in, image-based. So these are different models which starts to solve your complex problem. Then to solve some more complex problem, you got to launch new models. And that's when you train with huge data sets and good amount of contexts. And that's when your enterprise becomes intelligent and intelligent. And then you know what happened? Small language models started to launch. Not everything is large language. You cannot solve all the problems with large language. In fact, most of you run big corporations, medium-sized corporations, small companies, and you need small language. That's what happened during this journey. Bloomberg launched in 2022 finance language model. And I promote that. Like, I believe in industry-oriented language models. That's when you can secure and mature your AI agent building process. Fulcrum launched RISE 1.0 in February of this year. Today, after my talk, when our chief AI guy comes in, he's going to talk to you about 2.0 architecture, which is agentic architecture, agents building, something very cool. You will learn about it. Anyway, I also want to take you back in time and make you understand what is big eventually becomes small, and then it becomes powerful. It was earlier mainframe, big computing power, then became Unix, distributed computing, then came Windows, got into cloud computing, then cloud comes to smartphone and edge computing. And then we are again back to quantum computing for complex problem solving, right? But in future, it's going to be edge AI, quantum AI, but quantum is going to come a little far-fetched, but there are a lot of complex problems on this planet, which I will talk later on. And it needs to be solved. So anyway, everything big becomes small. So what's the context I'm drawing? Large language model becoming a small language model for you. And that's the recipe for business to thrive. All right, I bored you guys enough, but I have some treat for you. And that treat is a movie clip. And why I want to show this movie clip? Because before I get you into another boring technical jargon, I want to refresh and help you remind you about social dilemma. How many of you had seen this movie? Good. Just take a look at this clip, and we'll talk. It's about a minute, 20 seconds. So there is a reason I showed this to you, because you don't want to go back into another AI dilemma. I'm sure a lot of you have that. This is the recipe to solve that problem. We all became victim of social media platform. We were the product. and you know who monetized on us. What's happening in the new era of AI, we don't want to become a product. We want product to work for us. We want to consume the product. And that's what this architecture, which I'm going to explain that to you, will help you build your own journey, and you will not become one of the product, what happened in social media world. So what I'm going to talk about is, all of us, we know that AI is everywhere, consumer, enterprise. But what are you guys doing in your businesses? In businesses, there are two aspects which I'm here going to help you understand. It's a small language model made for your business, understands your data. It pre-trains on your all the data sets, so it can give you better insights. 5 layers you got to understand. Your infrastructure GPU layers, on which you will run the AI infrastructure. The layer 2, enterprise data. You heard from me, vector data, structured data, unstructured data. All that has to be connected with your infrastructure layer. And most importantly, multi-modal LLM layer. Not a single model, because you deserve, not like social media days, best of the breed. Today's our keynote speaker is Bob. So I thought Bob LLM, best of the breed LLM. So you got to consume best of the breed LLM continuously. Every week, new LLM comes in the market. Why do you want to get stuck with one of them? I already explained to you the architecture is transformer architecture. So you got to leverage the best out of the market, and that's where the multi-modal architecture comes in, and you got to coexist that, and it sits on top of your pre-trained data. Then you got enterprise assets over the period of time. You have automation, you have different business assets. They have to coexist with your AI architecture to give you right result. You will be imagining lots of complex problems, and let's understand what are your complex problems. Your AI agents are going to give you a journey from level 1 maturity to level 5. Level 1 is where you are experimenting it and bringing employees' productivity. Level 2, you go to vertical AI, we call it, customers' productivity. And that's the layer where you start to organize your IT infrastructure. There is a new term I'm introducing today. It's called 3D AI, third dimension AI. It's not horizontal, it's not vertical. Every one of us either selling products in our business or services. Your products must have AI component into it, so that product can mature by itself. Services can mature by itself. So that's the third dimension. Once you start to build more and more advanced agents, you are solving multiple business functions. Say, you have finance organization. You are solving AR problem, AP problem. And then you are advancing in those issues. When you start to go to level 4 super agents, basically you have a finance AI business model running for you, like a CFO organization, right? People talk about AGI. Let's talk about it. What is AGI? General intelligence in your whole business. Tomorrow, pandemic comes and hit us again. Your business should run efficiently with AI agent. That's, in my view, AGI. But once we reach that AGI, that's when we can start imagining super intelligence, which is far-fetched, and I'll talk a little bit. What we have tried to do with our RISE model, and which you will learn a little bit about it, is it's a small language, it's private model, secured model, runs in your premises, and matures with any LLM which is performing best in the market. So you're not married to one particular one. And then there is an agentic architecture over here. So, and you will learn a lot from Sachin, so I'm not going to go in technical details. But with this, where is the future for all of us? I believe in human and AI agents are going to coexist together. Why? I explained to you. AI brain works with tokens, and human brain works with electrical signals, right? It's two different things. My chief AI guy will debate with me. He will say that, hey, I will put the brain sensing devices, interfaces, and now I can analyze your thoughts and I can run. But I still debate with him. I think human and AI will still coexist. But you know what? We have 100 years of lifespan. We'll go to school, college, get married, financial responsibilities, professional life, assisted living, death. It's norm. But we'll have an AI companion all throughout. And I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you have seen the news yesterday. The chemistry professors, they got the Nobel Prize, right? 50-50. For protein computation, the professor from Seattle, David Becker, he got the Nobel Peace Prize. And then Demis Hassabis and his colleague, so he got the Nobel Prize, two of them. They shared. Why? Because AI helped them to do the prediction. So Nobel Prize has started to get shared between human and AI. So that's the context I'm just drawing, and from yesterday's example, protein computation in our human body. Where are they headed? Perhaps we need to live for 200 years. When we go to super ASI age, lifespan could be much more longer, and we can solve bigger problem. But anyway, coming back to where our businesses are headed in enterprise AI, all of you guys will be freed up to do a lot of innovative work. You will be given many technologies to work with. Humanoids. I talked about brain control interfaces. I can put the brain control interfaces on the chef's head and start cooking sushi and good meals without him speaking about it. And it's happening, it's real. Space technology. LEOs are going to come closer to Earth. You will get much better data to work with. Edge computing, with LLMs becoming private, closer. You will have a private LLM. Quantum. Complex problem we got to solve, whether in the healthcare industry or in, say, media industry. I was thinking about movie. To make a movie, you just saw Social Dilemma. It takes 3 years from the time you conceptualize and make a movie. Maybe in few years, you will make movie in minutes. Your AI will make the movie for you, the kind of movie you want to watch, with all the characters in it. It's not going to take 3 years. The drugs take 5 years to be discovered. It can be discovered in 5 weeks. Why 5 years? Right? If another pandemic hit us, we should have the drugs for us. Yesterday, Milton storm, actually today, hit Florida. We can prevent the storm. These are the powers of quantum computing, ASI, but it's a long journey. We still are climbing right now. Agent building, level 1, employees' productivity, customers' productivity, products' productivity. There is a long way for us to on this journey. LLMs are going to plateau. You can't solve all the problems with text language, right? And but it's fascinating time. Very, very excited. I want you guys to all see how we help you build agents. So as we talked about practical AI today, we'll show you how the agents are built and show you hundreds of agents. It's not a theory, it's a practical AI. So enjoy the learning today. We'll be outside. Our speakers are great in this room, so gain a lot of experiences from them. And we'll interact, make the best use of your day. Thank you.